Hey guys, thanks for stopping by today. I wanted to talk to you about the process that goes into a temporary hearing. Now, temporary hearings, at least in my jurisdiction, and I practice law in the state of Tennessee, those hearings are sort of meant to be a band aid. So, you're not going to have a whole lot of time to just go on and on and on. So, from my perspective, I just kind of wanted to take a few minutes, get you guys ready to understand what goes into it, what to expect from the court, what to expect from the other attorney, and get you ready for your upcoming hearing. So, here's kind of what you have to know your numbers. The court specifically is going to want to know what kind of income you have. So, if you earn income and you are a W 2 employee, make sure that I have or your attorney has your most recent W 2. If it's been a while since you got your W 2 and you draw a paycheck, then provide your last few paycheck stubs, particularly if they have the year to date earnings on there, your hourly breakdown, and any overtime that might be on there. That's real helpful when the court's trying to calculate support, whether it's alimony or whether it's child support, but we have to know the numbers. The other thing that you need to know, particularly if you're the party asking for support, you gotta have the information about what it costs to live. So you're probably going to have been asked to prepare an income and expense affidavit. You'll need to outline on there all of your regular expenses. So, for instance, you'll need to know what your rent or your mortgage costs. You'll need to know what your automobile payments are. You'll need to know what your insurance payments are. Your insurance payments would include automobile insurance, it would include your health insurance, your life insurance, whatever your day to day expenses are and have been for the last 6 months. The court wants to know about it. This is not a time to go out and run up a bunch of bills, to incur a lot of debt that we're trying to get somebody else to pay for. But the court's going to be really interested in what have we been doing, what do we normally pay, who normally pays it, and then they'll come up with a figure so that we can set support. So if you've got car payments, boat payments, toy payments, whatever they are, credit cards, you have to know those numbers when you get to court for this temporary hearing. If you're asking for alimony, you have to know how much you need. So be specific when you're on the witness stand. Be truthful. Be concise in your answers. But be specific when the attorney asks you, how much money do you need? You have to have a number. And you're only going to have that number by going through and doing the exercise of setting out what the expenses are and doing a budget for yourself. This is a new time in your life, and you got to know what it's going to cost to run it and fund it. If you're the one that's being asked to pay spousal support or temporary support, you have to know and explain to the court why you have this income or these expenses and why you can't afford to pay alimony or support. It just comes down to being truthful with the numbers. Income and expense statements, be accurate. Be as accurate as possible. If you are asked to fill out an income and expense statement and it is not a current expense, let's say you're getting ready to move out of the marital home and you have been asked to provide an income and expense statement, tell the court, Judge, that's a projected income and expense statement so that the court knows, oh, he or she is not making up these numbers. The court would then know that you're estimating what these expenses are, but we don't have a hard and fast number. But the court would need something to sort of run through the numbers, see where the money is, and see how it can be distributed. So if you haven't already provided your attorney with those income statements, you have to. Now, in my jurisdiction, we have to file an income and expense accounting pursuant to a local rule. We have to do that a week in advance, so don't wait till the last minute, guys. Your attorney's going to need that information to get it filed. Otherwise, you may get to court and the judge say, we're not having this hearing today because y'all didn't give me my necessary documents. The other important thing for a temporary hearing, answer the question and stop talking. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you kind of have to keep it simple, because if the other attorney's asking you a question and you are non-responsive, or you open the door to 19 other questions, that's not effective. It's not effective use of your time on the witness stand. So answer the question and stop talking. Be concise in your answers. Keep it as simple as possible. Yes or no is great. If you need to explain it, but give it just a little bit. Don't do a whole book on it. Credibility is key. You start building your credibility the minute you set forth in the courtroom. So you want to be as honest and as open as you can be without going overboard. I hope that you'll find these tools useful, and I'll see you in court.